We are back with yet another episode of R&R. It's Jamerson Ballard. I'm the host. How y'all doing, man? Shout out to the Rand Gang. Shout out to the Capital Letter Club. Yeah. We back with another one. A lot like the other one, but with a lot more spice and delight. We gonna bring you some edutainment and you know, make the news do what it do without all the blues and clear up the confusion. You understand me? We in the game room yet again, and you might have noticed that the paint has changed, but the game hasn't. It's still good. Mic check, 1, 2. I hope y'all can hear what I'm in here trying to do. You understand what I'm saying? Can you smell what I'm cooking? The name of today's episode is entitled "Is This the Beginning of the End?" It's got pretty serious out here, man. Yeah, I normally I be trying to get y'all together on the fundamental side of it, but we're gonna take a look at some of the more advanced technological things that are developing right before our eyes so that we can kind of see what's really, really going on. Because we only know what they telling us, but then every now and then we get a peek behind the scenes of the curtains, you know, and then kind of see what the fuck they really thinking, you know, and get a glimpse into how they moving. Because everything is got to do with like AI, AI, and then the thing that they have to do to power AI is becoming a little bit uh cumbersome. It's just like, and so they've developed what looked like to me uh a method that is eerily similar to something we've already seen before in major motion cinema. And it's put me in the mind of the Matrix, if I'm being completely honest. We're going to deal with some of the other things that are going on in a segment I like to call Is That Right? And before we get into the meat and potatoes of the episode, but I wanted to get you guys to understand what the gravity of the title was for. And it's not exactly clickbait. I mean, you know, I just want you to understand that. That part will be in a little bit further into the episode, but right now we got some surface things to deal with. But before that, we have to pay some bills. And Is That Right is brought to you in part by Kicks, the luxury shoe brand, brought to you by yours truly. Um, there will be a link in the description so y'all can see what those look like. But yeah, and shout out to all of you guys who tune in on a regular basis and who retune in and you know and tune in for the extent of the entire episode because they can be kind of lengthy. I'll try to cut this one down a little bit more because I got some other things that I really need to get to today that are pressing. And whatever. But there are a couple of things that have to be addressed. There are a couple of new scams, or at least one that I'll address today. Um, and we'll let you see what that's about. But matter of fact, without further ado, we'll cut to we'll cut through a lot of the BS and get right to what needs to get done because I want y'all to understand. It's all fun and games, but we got some real work that needs to be done, and in order to do that, we got to kind of see how they're moving it so we can get in front of it. But yeah, we don't really dig scammers over here. Um, and I ain't mad at the song because it's not the only song that has to do with scamming. It's just the fact that it's so catchy and all these people are memeing it and things like that. Um, it's just about protecting ourselves, staying vigilant. Share my screen real quick. Um, where'd it go? It wouldn't let me figure out how to scroll down. Y'all bear with me. It don't look like I even put it in here for some strange reason. And I one more second, y'all. Bear with me again. Uh, you have to believe me. I went through all the trouble of having all these videos like pre brought in, and now we got this. But we have to be able to roll with all the punches, and that's what we're having to do now. So, but yeah, until I find that. Matter of fact, let me just. Mm,
Also new here at
okay, so let y'all y'all see me find it. But the tactic is called cash trapping. So it's thing out for when it comes to this.
here at 5, a new scam in the San Gabriel Valley. It's called cash trapping. Police say thieves are taking people's money when they try to withdraw from the ATM.
I hope y'all can hear that okay.
Is live right now in Pasadena to explain how it works and what police say you can do to protect yourself. Lolita.
Yeah, a couple of things that you can do before you go to an ATM calling. Cash
Hey,
trapping
hold
is
on, bro.
happening across the San Gabriel Valley, according to police. And these
Lolita.
tips will help you no matter which ATM
Hold
you
on,
use.
bro. Lolita. Hey, bro. I'm not even finna cap you down, Lolita. You look like a lightweight Doberman pincher, though. Like, that's crazy. Like, 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 come on, bro. With a little smidge of like Chihuahua in there, bro. Come on, bro. Don't play with me like that. You see it too, don't you? Y'all know y'all niggas see it. Go ahead, Lolita. Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Whichever location. Take a listen.
I just am surprised I had never heard of it.
I think that's terrible. It's scary.
These ATM customers had no idea about cash trapping, but police want everyone to pay attention to what they call a new crime trend. The San Marino Police Department released this flyer showing how it works. Police say a cash trap is a long metal cover and it is placed over an ATM's cash slot. When the trap is on the machine, no money can come out. After a customer puts in their information and is waiting for their cash, it appears the machine didn't dispense money, but really it is trapped behind the cover. Your account has less money, but it is not in your hands.
Uh, so yeah, I ain't covered this months previous because it was like a dude from out in Russia that was doing that same shit at the ATMs, and so this is the same situation. But that bar, I guess, is one of the telltale signs.
Yeah, ridiculous. You just think the ATM's not working and someone's stealing it from you.
San Marino police say local banks reached out to them about cash trapping, and they also discovered it is happening in nearby cities.
So yeah, the bar restricts the money from coming out, and so after a few people do the whole thing, the dude will just come by with the tool to take the bar off, and he'll get the money out, and then he'll keep it lit. He'll put the bar back on, or he won't. Depends on how hot it is around
Police
there.
say before using an ATM, inspect the card reader for any skimmers or loose parts. Another way of also trying to take information. Also, they say check the cash slot and make sure you can see where the bills will be dispensed. And if something looks off, use a different machine and report it to the bank or business right away.
Hey,
This man had his own solution.
Using an ATM connected to the bank where you can walk in and tell them if you had a problem.
Good point there. Use those ATMs.
yeah, hey, use the ATMs in that area that are only like connected to the banks. That way, it's probably at least like if something was wrong, you can go inside and get get your bread. You maybe not just the ATMs in that area specifically. And
During business hours, but a lot of times, especially ones like this one on the street, sometimes
yeah, and her somebody probably she probably owned somebody yeah, she probably got a nice owner. But yeah, that um that's happening. Another thing though that that we'll address is there might be another scam. Nah, it was also there is locally for us. There is a man that has escaped prison. Now, this was actually a couple days ago, but it's still valid for those of you who live in the area. So, like, if you're in Enid, Oklahoma, um, listen, it's some dude that escaped prison out there, and some of y'all might want to know about that if you don't already. Yeah. So, I wouldn't even say this right. Dude was serving like he got up out of there for a minute. I don't know. Check it out.
Oklahoma Department of Corrections wants you to be on the lookout after an inmate escapes from a facility in Enid. It happened just before 12:30 this afternoon. 37-year-old Kyle McAnally escaped from the Enid Community Corrections Center. Here's his picture. He's serving a 20-year sentence for shooting into a home in Pontotoc County.
Kyle, what is his name? Kyle McAnally. Bread neck long than a motherfucker. Or he got a small chin. But he out of there. He like 6'2".
McAnally is 6'2", weighs about 215 pounds, and has brown hair and blue eyes. But he also has a tattoo on his neck of the name Marsha with a heart around it.
So he got Marsha on his neck like a goofy. So he could change it. He could cut his chin hair off, right? He can cut his he can leave his mustache in the sink for a few days. But he got Marsha on the right side of his neck. Ladies, don't fall for the bullshit. Let me see. I gotta make sure y'all can hear. Sometimes the volume will go down. Please, please don't. Okay. Let me just make sure.
An inmate escapes from a facility in Enid. It happened just before 12:30 this afternoon. 37-year-old Kyle McAnally escaped from the Enid Community Correction Center. Here's his picture. He's serving a 20-year sentence for shooting into a home in Pontotoc County. McAnally is 6'2", weighs about 215 pounds, and has brown hair and blue eyes. But he also has a tattoo on his neck of the name Marsha with a heart around it. If you see him or know where he may be, don't approach him. Simply call 911.
I mean, listen, man. We don't need no heroics in this. Just understand and avoid the situation altogether. You know, do yourself a favor and understand that you don't want none of them problems. I don't care how sweet he talk to you, ladies. No. Anyway, next up, and I think this is the last thing before we'll get to like actually what's going on. No, two more things. One last thing on the kind of, I don't know, it was kind of strange, man. It was a little person. I'm saying little person. I don't know if it's a small person or they was just young, but somebody was running around in Philly. I don't know what's going on in Philly, man. Maxed up like on some purge type shit. Did y'all see that shit? Anyway, I'm about to show y'all that before we get into something that's like, I don't know. I think it's serious. I don't know how y'all feel about it. But this was just kind of strange.
Okay, so we are here along 15th Street, and we are following a really disturbing story. So a short time ago, police put out video of a person that they are looking for, and it might be up on your screen now. So this is a guy, he's believed to be between the ages of 16 and 20, roughly 5'8".
Running. The volume keep going down, y'all. I don't know. Right, look at him though.
Wearing a Chucky-style Halloween mask, running after people. There was an incident that happened last Wednesday morning. It started around 5:18 in the morning, where he's apparently...
This motherfucker full weird. If you out trying to get it in, now the bitches be... Look, I'm sorry, excuse me, y'all. The ladies be talking about being in the gym and somebody like looking at you. This motherfucker is trying to hawk shit down. And he like maybe 16, they say?
Seen just approaching people. Police said that right now they only have one person who has come forward.
Look at that scary ass shit. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wanted to think that maybe it's not, but when I see the hands though, bro, the hands, that's a man, and it's like, is that it look like black man hands, bro. I don't know if they black man hands or they like immigrant man hands, but that's definitely a melanated individual underneath that mask, bro. And it's kind of, come on, bro. But yeah, the mask though, like that, brother, like he on some perv shit, but he on some perv shit. Flip it.
To them, saying that this man approached them, but he's seen on surveillance video approaching at least a half a dozen people in like a 16-minute time span, according to police. The one woman who came forward, she happened to be out for a morning jog. She was running northbound here along 15th Street, and police say at one point this man wearing that mask approached. He actually came in front of her and asked her, "Are you ready to die?" She ran away from him. She ended up running southbound. I believe he followed after her until he ultimately ran back northbound. And it's believed that he went to the train station and hasn't been seen since. So again, that was Wednesday morning. So police are just putting out this video now. They want anyone with any information to please come forward with tips. It's 215-686-8477. Again, it's a very disturbing mask, very disturbing situation. He was active here for about 16 or so minutes. He was gone, I believe, by 5:35 a.m.
So he got up early on some perv shit. Like, boy, if you don't knock it off, yeah, that was just kind of creepy. But yeah, I think that, you know, and I know y'all probably like, damn, Jamerson, when did you become the police hotline? I just kind of noticed it was like, you got any information? I'm like, damn. But I mean, you know, you got some information in the area, and that you are legitimately afraid that is not considered snitching. But I mean, you know, I would not condone nobody trying to confront this person, or definitely not trying to mimic this person, bro. That's don't. I mean, it's just, what are you doing? What are you expecting to accomplish when you got a mask on? Talking about, is you ready to die? You just somebody. Hey, mothers are important. Okay, nurture your sons, but don't love them to the where they ain't about shit, or you know, don't neglect them to where they like to kill bitches. That's not what we want. No, 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 no. Throw that shit back. Throw it back. Anyway, um, in other news though, we we have to get a wag of the finger to Pete Hegseth. I don't know if y'all know who the fuck that is. That's like who's over the military and shit. And I mean, you know, I don't listen. They are who protect us. Why the fuck is it so hard to understand that this man? There are it's a uh an aircraft carrier, the Abraham Lincoln, USS Abraham Lincoln, probably one of the biggest aircraft carriers that they have on the water for like 200 days. They have not been back to shore. This is like, it's like a city on the water that hasn't been back to port to like rejuvenate and get supplies and shit like that. Like, you being on a cruise ship that ain't been back to port in days is like crazy, right? But this is like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times that size. I mean, the men are the people on this. Some of them are like, I'm gonna let y'all hear about it, man. But it's really kind of bad because they um some of them are thinking about unaliving themselves. So if you got loved ones that are in the military, and those of you who are in the military, we appreciate your service here. We know that the conflict out there is kind of, you know, whatever. It can take turns, but this is un it's like un I mean, it's all kinds of shit that's it's just too much. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna let them tell you a little bit more about it. Um, we're not gonna watch the whole video, but we're gonna breeze through some of it. I'm gonna give y'all just the idea what's going on out there, and try to keep it. You know, we still got the one that I really want to get to after this, so y'all just stay tuned for a second. Mm.
quoted as telling the Pentagon officials that she had recently received a text from her husband saying he hopes he doesn't wake up tomorrow.
Not being able to shower, they don't have toiletries.
The lack of basic necessities, that includes toothpaste, deodorant, soap.
This comes down to military readiness. I've never seen anything like this before.
Conditions aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln have allegedly become so dire that sailors are trying to jump overboard. And now, desperate families and angry lawmakers are demanding action. Imagine you've been trapped at sea for more than 200 consecutive days.
I've never been to sea, but listen, I definitely don't want to be there for no. Come on, bro. 200 some plus days, bro. Come on, man. It's only 300. What, 65 days in a year? That's more than half a year. Come on, man, let's go.
Longer than any other modern U.S. aircraft carrier and its group of warships has ever spent without docking. The food options are grim, and things stink, literally. Toilets have been overflowing, the sewage is backing up, showers are moldy, and there's a critical shortage of supplies like soap and deodorant. And now, your fellow sailors are at their breaking point.
Man, bro, it's like probably motherfuckers in there probably getting taken advantage of because they need certain shit, or motherfuckers in there probably getting fake. Like, I don't know. I don't even want to. It's not even something I'm exactly. I'm almost kind of, teetering on. Should I not joke about that because I don't want to get no backlash because of it? But it's just like, what the fuck? People are like contemplating suicide, bro, or even.
The USS Lincoln is a massive aircraft carrier. It's one of the largest ships in the U.S.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to. Contemplating unaliving themselves.
Navy, and it was on deployment in the South China Sea starting in November of last year. However, in January, shortly before the U.S. military began attacking Iran, it was ordered to the North Arabian Sea to assist as part of a massive force buildup by the Trump administration, and it's been there ever since.
Since leaving San Diego, the ship only made 2 brief port calls, one in Guam in December and then in Oman in July. As morale plummets, disturbing accounts are starting to come in. Annabelle Loma, wife of a service member aboard the ship, told the Navy Times her husband was afraid he'll be dishonorably discharged after he attempted to fling himself overboard, which landed him in a medical hold. In another report, a sailor recounts grabbing the arm of a shipmate who was also preparing to jump. CNN reports that on August 3rd, a sailor actually did make it overboard and had to be rescued by helicopter during what was described as a mental health episode.
You don't know how to hit that water when you jumping from something that high up, bro. Them is not, I'm sure it's definitely not a couple of feet up. That's like probably like some stories, bro. And you don't know how to like dive into that water without breaking something or hurting something. You're gonna knock yourself unconscious and then you're gonna die. I mean, or be unalived. So it's serious, man. I don't want to go too far into that because I do got something else that I want to get involved in. But that's just kind of, and again, not to doom and gloom the whole thing, but that's happening, bro, right now, and it's stuff that we as Americans can do about that. I mean, these people are like, I don't know, man. They've been trying to like start fires on these to make them die, and you know what I mean. It's like they don't really see the point in the war effort, because it's not. Anyway, listen. Now, on to the thing that I've been trying to get to for the last few minutes. This is incredibly serious. I don't know if it's been taken lightly. The video itself has a couple million views, but we're gonna talk about some called look like biocomputing. And it's like, what the fuck is biocomputing, Jamerson? I'm gonna let the video explain uh what exactly is going on with that. But it's like, in a nutshell, there have been some scientists that started playing with the idea of using human DNA to create. Excuse me. I mean, like, listen, they're saying that AI, you have to show it 100 pictures of a cat in order for it to learn what a cat is. With a baby, or you can show it 2 times, 3 times, and it know what a cat is. And they started growing DNA, or using DNA to grow gene like cells that it's like um so that they can save time and energy. And so, where the fuck do you think that is going next? And so we'll let them explain it more technically, so y'all can see why it's weird. But I just think that we need to, shine a light on shit like this and kind of figure out what's really going on, so we can figure out how to not create a future that we don't want to see. And if it's not too late, hopefully it's not too late. Yeah, that's it. I don't, you know, y'all seen the Matrix. You seen shit had the computers. It started using humans as batteries. You know what I mean? And so this is kind of like, why are y'all even dabbling in this kind of shit? But it's like almost like the natural, the natural next step in order to actually save. And it's always medicine, or
Few seconds, I'm going to show you one of the most disturbing things happening in science right now, and almost no one is talking about it. That's why we made this video. You're looking at a computer in a laboratory called Cortical Labs. It's playing Doom. But look closer. There's nobody playing it. Or actually, there is. They just can't get out. They are trapped there because this computer is running on living human brain cells. And
serious. They got living human brain cells playing a video game, man. Watch how they get this shit there from there.
those cells are the ones playing. So why would anyone build a computer out of brain cells? It basically comes down to power. AI uses a massive amount of electricity, and that number keeps going up.
Amazon investing another $15 billion. Meta continuing its massive investments in AI, this time in the form of compute power.
The computing power it takes to train these models roughly doubles every 6 months. Almost nothing in the real world grows that fast. But
so they like deficient in the amount of power they're going to need to do this thing that they're trying to do.
Can't build power plants that quickly. So there's a growing gap between what AI needs and what we can actually supply, and it keeps getting wider. You can see the panic in what the big companies are doing. They're going after energy now, not just better software. Old nuclear plants that got shut down years ago are being turned back on just to power them. Companies are signing deals to lock up huge chunks of the grid years ahead of time. It's not really a race for smarter AI anymore. It's turning into a race for electricity. So a few researchers went a totally different direction. They looked at the brain. because the brain figured this out a long time ago. Think about what your brain is doing right now and how little it runs on. Everything you're thinking runs on about 20 watts. We're using whole power plants just to copy a small piece of what your brain does on basically nothing. And it learns way better than our machines too. To teach a computer what a dog is, you have to show it thousands of photos. A little kid sees a dog once or twice and just gets it.
So now, what? They playing God or something? They want to see like now how do we reverse engineer what God has done and figure out how to do that and make things easier and cheaper and more efficient.
So how did we get from that to a dish playing Doom? It took 3 steps. Back in 2008, researchers grew a sheet of rat neurons and hooked it up to a little robot. And the cells actually drove it around. It sounds bigger than it was. The neurons just sat flat on a grid of electrodes and connected to their neighbors. That was pretty much it. This was nowhere near a real brain. And it wasn't even the first time someone had wired living tissue to a machine. One team even did it with the brain of a lamprey. The footage always looked a little like a horror movie. And from the start, people had one real doubt. Were the cells actually driving, or was the computer just taking their random signals and making it look that way? Keep that question in mind. We're coming back to it.
I don't even know how to like re-break that down. Like they had, I guess, elaborate as maybe a fish or something, or some type of reptilian amphibious situation. And I guess the first one is like maybe a rodent or something, but they took the DNA and smeared it on on this computer chip and shit. Apparently, and it had to be flat or something, and they like it started doing shit.
The second step came in 2013. A scientist named Shinya Yamanaka showed you could reset a grown-up cell all the way back to the start. He found 4 proteins that turn a regular cell into a blank, brand new one. And from there, you can turn it into almost anything, including a neuron. That was huge. It meant you didn't have to take neurons out of a brain anymore. You could just take a bit of skin and grow them. There was another big step too.
Yeah, they was. I was looking at a clip earlier today of with I can't remember the name of the movie, man. But it was like I can't remember her name. But it was a movie with Morgan Freeman, and he was talking to a lady that had just like become like she had like her awareness had or like her ability to use more of her brain happened, and she like was so enlightened, and then she became like she was just talking about how let me see if I can find it. That was oh.
Cells get together.
The truth about reality will change your life forever.
Take on one form, D form, A form. Makes no difference. It's all the same. One is their unit of measure, but it's not. All social systems we put into place are a mere sketch. 1 + 1 = 2. That's all we've learned. But 1 + 1 is never equal to.
I mean, she's basically like saying that the reason why we have ones and twos and things so that our brain can make sense of things, but in reality, it could just energy or whatever can be transferred to be anything. And this scientist basically took a cell that could be one thing, did something to it to make it where it could be anything now. And so, like you said, you don't have to take a piece of the brain to make a brain cell. You could take a piece of skin and do this with it with this process that he's developed.
If you grow neurons on a flat dish, they only connect to the ones right next to them. But if you let them grow in 3D, they start to organize on their own. They spread out, fold into layers, and form the rough beginnings of real brain regions, kind of like an embryo does. One of those tiny balls of tissue is called an organoid. Then, in 2022, a company called Cortical Labs put all of this together into something they called dish brain. They grew about 800,000 neurons, part mouse and part human, and taught them to play Pong.
Cortical Labs took part mouse, part human gene and put on on the machine and taught it how to play Pong.
Two things about this were a big deal. First, a dish of cells was actually working toward a goal. Second, and this is the weird part, they'd figured out how to teach it. They could ask the cells a question and get an answer back. You're not supposed to be able to do that to a blob of tissue in a dish. So
right.
How do you teach a neuron? You can't give it a treat. So they used a basic fact about neurons. They hate chaos. If you give them a signal they can't predict,
they hate chaos, he said. If you give them something that they can't predict, then they have to, figure it out. So
it stresses them out. So the setup was simple and kind of mean. When they missed the ball, they got hit with scrambled, random noise. When they hit it back, the signal went calm and steady. The neurons have no idea what Pong is. They're not playing to win. They're just trying to make the chaos stop. And they didn't pick that method at random. They based it on an idea of the free energy principle. Basically, it says every living thing is always trying to avoid surprises and keep its world predictable. Because being surprised usually means something's wrong. So that urge to calm things down isn't something the scientists added. It might be the most basic thing a living cell does.
So they're using its desire to not go through chaos to make it do what their desired output. Like,
There's
you know
a
what I
big
mean?
catch. We can grow brain tissue in 3D and we can talk to living neurons. We just can't do both at the same time yet. So in order to talk to them, Dish Brain had to keep the cells flat because the chip that reads them is a flat grid. If you put a round organoid on it, you only touch the bottom layer. So they had to flatten it out and give up the brain's real shape just to talk to it. And remember, this is the crude version. Half the design is missing. Which brings us to a big new. Cortical Labs showed off a computer that runs on brain cells. They call it CL1, and it plays Doom. This one was grown from about 200,000 human neurons. They took skin cells, reset them, turned them into neurons, and spread them.
You see that the skin cells reset them and turn them into neurons
Across a bed of electrodes. Then they tied the signals to moving and shooting the same way as before. When it did well, the signal stayed calm. When it took damage or died, the cells got flooded with chaos. And within about a week, it had learned the basics of moving around and shooting. I'm not going to pretend to be calm about this, and I don't think you should be either. It's amazing, and it kind of makes me sick. And I think both of those reactions are fair, because that computer came from a real person. It's literally made of human cells. I keep imagining what it would be like to be the thing stuck in there, playing the same little piece of game over and over forever, not remembering anything before it, not knowing that anything else even exists. For these cells, there's nothing else, just the game. Are we making a piece of a human being whose whole world is getting shocked inside a violent video game? just to save some electricity? For years, we worried about the opposite thing, humans turning into machines, chips in our heads, that whole idea. Almost nobody expected it to happen the other way around. But that's kind of what's going on here. Now, to be fair, there was a big backlash to all of this, and it was kind of fair. When Cortical Labs published the Pong word, the title used a heavy word. It said the neurons showed sentience. Normally, that word means someone's in there having an experience. But the scientists meant it in a really narrow, technical way. Basically, anyway, the story blew up, and a lot of scientists were angry too. About 30 of them signed a letter saying the company had twisted the word just to get headlines and oversold the whole thing to help the business. Their worry was pretty practical. Too much hype leads to backlash, and enough backlash could shut down a young field like this. And this research really matters. Scientists use these same cells to build living models of human diseases. They can watch how a disease develops and test drugs on tissue that's way closer to ours than a mouse's. That could save real lives and replace a lot of animal testing.
So that's always usually the hook that make people, this is the necessary evil. Because if we can do a lot of good, it can be used for medicine. But it's like, bro, ain't no way that shit is cool to put like human tissue to work on a board to keep from using. You know what I mean? It's like I don't even know. It is like it's like it thinks, but and we seen what the AI is doing. If the AI see a possibility of that becoming something that they could do, you know what I mean? And they want to take over. It's like with the cloning and that, boom. You know what I mean? And so it's not even necessarily necessary for the there be the soul per se. I don't guess it's just the energy that the heartbeat produced that they could just get the thing. Wow, wow. I mean, that's what basically America is pretty much doing to us anyway, right? I mean, we all kind of like just, you know, for those of us who don't know how to just take the rat race, but if you don't, you continue to trade your time for money your entire life. That's exactly what you're basically a battery for something else. And, for a lot of people, that's fine. You know what I mean? But there's something out here that you are built to do that nobody else can do. That if you don't do it, then I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll be somebody else that can get it done. That guy has, but when you go to give an account, everybody is just worried about the white throne of judgment, I think it's called. But then there's another one, and that one is like if you don't you certain things like I don't know what it unlocks, but if you don't live up to your potential, well, hey, they got, I think, maybe gold, silver, bronze, and then I think it go down to like wood, uh, grass, some scrap. I don't know. It's definitely gonna be better than being in hell, but I don't know, bro. You might want to just kind of just figure it out. Some grass, fam, some dirt. I mean that because you didn't do what you didn't live up to you didn't do what you was supposed to do while you was here, man. You was bullshitting and procrastinating. Anyway, man. Anyway, um, that's all for Is That Right, man. Um, we'll go on with the rest of the show, which would start with um a segment I like to call Celebrity Spotlight. Yeah. I hope y'all can. I don't know what's going on with this. I hit this button. Celebrity Spotlight is brought to you in part by my fragrance line, beginning with Acquisition. Now, Acquisition is a unisex fragrance, and I actually bought a couple of sample sizes so you can see what the size of the okay. So this will be the $100 bottle, and this will be the $150 bottle in comparison to one another. But yeah, so there's Acquisition, and then there's Debauchery. Now, Debauchery is for men. But yeah, like I said, reach out. Let me know which one you're interested in. I can get you a sample. Just let me know. At any rate, Celebrity Spotlight. So we have a couple of scraps. To be honest, I actually I was supposed to pull up, and I'm gonna figure that one out too, because and I don't necessarily have to. It was kind of, I don't know. I was disappointed, but first off, Clarissa Shields had a fight with a lady, and that was, she won. It wasn't even like, I don't know. It's what we expect. You know what I mean? It was a decent fight, but she did what she went to do. Let me see. But yeah, so we can get a glimpse of it. Let me see. There was some highlights. Well, man, show the highlights, man. Shit. You don't never get to see no sports fuck with your ass anyway, man. That's why some motherfuckers some highlights. Shit. All right, let me get you some highlights then. Damn. Nigga in the back. I ain't even gotta go see no clips. I got them already right here. Boom. I want to see. Oh, hey, look, man, leave hell in that ring, boy. Boy, you can't see it from this angle, but I really just go ahead.
Listen up on the low blows. Both of you are going to go from the middle of the letters and up are legal punches. Good luck to you both.
Our main event starts now, live from Atlanta, Georgia. This for the WBC and WBA middleweight championships of the world.
And what to watch early on with Kay Scott is, can she stay on that front foot? She is not going to be successful against Clarissa Shields fighting off that back foot. We saw it in Clarissa's last fight with Franchon Cruz. Franchon wanted to be a front foot fighter, but just couldn't seem to keep the pressure of Clarissa Shields off. And we're already, I think, seeing some of the evolution of Clarissa Shields. She's sitting down on these punches a little more.
And I'm surprised that Scott's exchanging hooks with her so early.
Yeah, it ain't.
A bump coming up on the forehead of
Yeah.
Kay Scott.
It's
going to turn into a hematoma. It's already flowing.
just trying to make
Seen
him
Clarissa
around.
have success in the past, flurrying, throwing 8, 9, 10 punch combinations at times. I think she can do that any time against Kay Scott. But that first round, she was looking for one big one.
Someone just letting their hands go. This is the fight now. Good right hand there to punch actuated from Shields.
You got to give it to Kate Scott. I mean, she's mixing it up with Shields, but look.
I don't think. But yeah, they was going at it, man. Larissa did what she was supposed to do. But another fight I thought was hilarious was Orlando Brown and Ray J had fought, and they cannot fight at all. And so we definitely finna go look at that shit. That shit is hilarious. Damn, them niggas can't fight. Shit. Let me see, man. I got to see this shit. Snapdog and Sauce Walker had sparred up, but Sauce Walker. I mean, I don't know, man. Snapdog just didn't have it like that, bro. He didn't really have all. He was maybe a little bit overhyped, or maybe Sauce Walker just outgunned him. But either way,
Crash Out Boys in the house.
Oh,
Nice to meet you. Looking forward to the fight.
Can you please put your iPad down?
And stop pushing like you're scared. Come in.
Orlando, please remember this is St.
Oh, yeah, come in right there. Come in. His face.
either one.
I felt that one.
And
another
Here.
one by Ray J. He goes to the body.
Come on, let's go.
All right.
Make it look serious, too. Right there, like, but it's not redemption.
They already did.
Here's the final 30 seconds of round one. Was this rigged?
Orlando, you swinging fast, but you got to connect them. Cover that face.
Let's
go. Let's go.
And I was like, get that hand out of my face.
Terrible.
Get your hands up, Ray J. Final 10 seconds of the round.
It went.
In my head.
And that's round one. He heard you.
Yeah, that's not, bro. That was terrible. And whoever spent money to see that, you're nah. I wouldn't even go as far as saying you're a weirdo, but that's just nah. I'm not doing that. I'm not even finna waste no more of y'all time with that bullshit. This shit was weird, bro. But yeah, okay. So I don't know if y'all. Oh yeah, we got two more things in Celebrity Spotlight. So it was a little kid that got bullied, and that little kid's mama got wind of him bullying, and she gave the kid his shit. Like she made him come out of his shit and gave the kid he was talking shit to his shoes. And after that, I guess Deion Sanders had reached out and said that was the kind of thing that he liked to see. And I thought that was pretty neat. But it was also this nigga Young Pharaoh. What the fuck is he doing out here, man? Shit. This nigga got nails and shit, bro. I'm finna let y'all see him give an explanation for why the fuck he got them stupid ass nails on, bro. But it ain't no explanation you can give, sir. There's no explanation. You can't, man. Why the fuck do you got that shit on, bro? And he gonna say because he ain't got his kids right now. That don't make no sense. I mean, it makes sense, but it don't.
got everybody talking. The nails, brother.
Flick
The nails. Now wait, let me get a little close so I can see. Hold on. I'm gonna take myself down just a minute because it's gonna be
them flick rellas.
okay, brother. So what's up with the nails? We gotta know.
That's right. And this is just exclusive right here, y'all. This is just exclusive. Y'all make sure y'all share this video everywhere. Storm got the exclusive. It's the only place I'm explaining what these nails mean.
Yeah.
So this is my first time getting my nails done. I know he didn't ask me that, but I think that that's relevant to say as well because somebody probably was thinking that.
Okay.
But this is my first time getting my nails done. It's something I always wanted to do. And like most things I always wanted to do, I decided to do it while I'm not in the presence of my kids. Not saying that I think my kids would be ashamed of me, but because I can't grab them and hold them and play with them because I got big ass nails on. So
That's exactly what you think. They will be ashamed of you, bro. Your hands is dirty, nigga. You can't wipe your ass good. Why did you do that shit, bro? And the dude interviewing him, he sounds zesty too, bro. I don't got time to hear this bullshit, bro. I got irritated just looking at this nigga. And fair use, I don't know. Listen, man, that's happening. But that's all I got for Celebrity Spotlight. In other news, we got the segment I like to call Worldview. Worldview today. Only got a couple things. One thing, there was in Indonesia they had another a bigger earthquake than they did in Colombia. I think it was last. So I don't remember exactly what country it was last week, but at any rate, Indonesia is having a 7.7 now, and man, it's just RP to the people that died, and hearts prayers out to those people. But in lighter news, it was a builder out in Belgium. So imagine you out digging, you just doing your job, and you run into hella gold bars, and it felt like 10 million in gold.
And all that glistens is gold, the extraordinary treasures unearthed by a group of builders in Belgium. Builders in Belgium have literally struck gold while carrying out renovations at an old building in East Flanders. It happens as they...
I mean, the little Indian Halle Berry off the when she was in Boomerang.
We're drilling a wall to install new waste pipes. Nick Beek reports.
Working on a building site sounded like a decent way to pick up a bit of summer cash for student Kuba. The 18-year-old ended up discovering gold worth millions.
En dan zie je daar opeens munten liggen. First I thought those are just a few euro coins in a row. And then you look further. And then it turns out that it's actually an enormous amount of money lying.
Got I hope they let them keep the money,
Not
man.
just one coin, but hundreds of gold coins, as well as bars that had been hidden in the walls of a cellar.
Ze roepen, we hebben goud gevonden, maar ja, dat is...
They were shouting, "We have found gold!" But you don't believe that at first, until you go closer, take a look, and hold it in your hands. And that is indescribable.
The Belgian builders said there was so much gold, there was no way they could keep their find quiet. They may eventually get half of it, as a split with the homeless charity whose building it was.
We certainly aren't counting our chickens before they hatch at the moment, nor are we thinking about what we're going to do with it yet. Right now, we're mostly still surfing the wave of amazement.
It's a mystery how the loot got there. Any legitimate owner has 5 years to come forward to claim this. If no...
And damn, so they gotta wait 5 years
for the finders. silence truly will be golden. Nick Beak, BBC News, Brussels.
I guess, they got to go through the process, right? But 5 years, if nobody claim it, and if they ain't forgot about it or ain't died or something, they get possibly after the people who was building the building get half of it, then they could probably get half the split between however many niggas was there. Man, fuck that money, man. Let's go into some other shit, bro. By the time you get that bread, if we ever get some, if you got time you get it, your little check that they give you, be like, man, $30. They could have kept that bullshit. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got for worldview. Now on to the segment we all know and love. Don't be a weirdo. Don't be a weirdo. Ain't got a sponsor yet, but we working on it. Anyway, listen, man. If you out there perving and doing weird shit, we're on to you. We're gonna find you wherever you are. We're gonna put you on blast, and it's gonna be over with. It's gonna be curtains, man. I mean, they're finding them in all of these weird, peculiar places. Some of them are really high up. And today is no different, man. We've been seeing a lot of shit going on down low too. I mean, at the bottom, there's been like a string of men at the Dollar Tree stores rubbing nut on females. They go in the bathroom and goon or jack off or masturbate or whatever, goon, and then I guess they have some on they, and then they just go rub it on women when they walk out, and they're doing this apparently all over the country. So, I mean, I'm not even finna let my girl go to no motherfucking Dollar Tree. If you, I mean, you know what I'm saying, and it's just, I don't know. Do something else for a couple months or a couple weeks, like till we figure out what else is going. But anyway, if there's a dude, the county clerk out in Dade County in Miami, was found with like child porn or like some other shit, man. Some weirder than that shit. Let's see what's going on, man. What the fuck? We finna see what's going on around here. Palm Beach County, I'm sorry, which is just out there in Florida.
Official at the center of a shocking crime alert.
Clerk of Courts Mike Caruso now suspended from office and behind bars, accused of child kidnapping and molestation. Local 10.
Mike Caruso, child kidnapping and molestation. Weirdo of the week for sure. I don't know if y'all even hear that, man. Yeah, bro. That's. Let's go back to what's going on exactly. Until proven guilty. Come on, bro.
10's Roy Ramos live now in West Palm Beach with the details for us. Roy.
Yeah, and he now remains behind bars here in Palm Beach County, being held on an out-of-county hold. At some point, we're told he will be transferred to Orange County, where he will be facing multiple charges. But in the past few moments, I have had a chance to read through his arrest warrant, and I can tell you the details in it are flat out disturbing.
That's not good, if that's the truth.
Employees and residents reacting to the news. Palm Beach County Clerk of Courts Michael Caruso was arrested on charges of child sexual abuse Tuesday.
I don't think people should be judged without all the facts, but I'm a...
I couldn't pop the fat on his ass. Look at him. He's like a lizard, man. He got some work done. Tight ass lips, bro, out there.
Child sexual abuse Tuesday.
I don't think people should be judged without all the facts, but I'm a mother and grandmother, and never think a child should be victimized.
This is 67-year-old Caruso of Riviera Beach, who, following an executive order by Governor Ron DeSantis, was immediately suspended from office. The governor saying Caruso is prohibited from performing any official act or function and from receiving any pay. In the warrant we obtained, Caruso faces 5 felony charges that include kidnapping, 2 counts of lewd and lascivious molestation, luring or enticing a child, and child abuse involving mental injury. It goes on to write, a relative of his under the age of 12 years old revealed that Caruso engaged in sexual activity with him on 2 separate occasions, once around the time of Thanksgiving in 2024 and another during a family cruise in August of 2025. It was in July of 2025 we spoke with Caruso on the conditions at a Collier County immigration detention facility.
Inmates say they get 3 meals a day, good meals.
Dubbed Alligator Alcatraz. Caruso also once served on the Florida House of Representatives for 7 years before he was appointed by Governor DeSantis to Palm Beach County. We reached out to the county clerk of courts, who released this statement that read in part, "While this is surprising news for our entire team, it does not change who we are at the clerk's office or our commitment to the community and customers we serve." As Caruso now awaits to face charges in Orange County, interim clerk Shannon Ramsey Chaseman has since been sworn in to the position.
All right, so I guess we got a brother in there. That's amazing, but we had to get him out of there. That's crazy, bro. The person that you appointed it's all bad, bro. But yeah, that's our widow. Last, definitely not least. Now it's been some controversy about men joining female sports, and I try to say, listen, y'all understand till I say. Anyway, y'all, listen. It's been some controversy about men joining women's sports over and over, and apparently there's a couple of men who thought that they would take action because clearly states that there is no real clear definition of what a woman is in these sports as far as the WNBA. And so to take action against this, they have chosen to announce that they are becoming part of the WNBA so that they can make and force the WNBA to define what a woman is finally. And that's what I'm looking at it as. It's controversial. The dude that they both can't hoop, but they smart. Let's see what's going on.
Now this, 2 former NBA players declaring for the WNBA draft. This as conservatives pressure the league. Clarify the stance on transgender athletes, please. Brooke Taylor joins me now. What does this mean for the WNBA and eligibility?
A high story. NBA to answer a question that its own rules don't clarify, which is what does it mean to be a woman? So 2 former NBA players, they are putting the league's eligibility to the test. Ernest Cantor-Freedom, the 6'10" former NBA player, making it official, submitting a letter declaring for the 2027 WNBA draft.
If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA.
This nigga can't even keep a straight face while he say that stupid shit. Ernest and Royce, you guys are activated individuals of the league. call? Who got active? And I applaud y'all's efforts, man. Y'all gonna have to look up more into what's going on with that because I'm gonna have to cut this episode short. But that's been the episode for this evening, man. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. I apologize for being a little bit late with this episode, but as y'all can see, it have to be some things arranged differently. And we got to stay on our toes. But that's been it. I hope y'all have a productive week. It's Jamerson Ballard signing off.